Before we get started, let me ask you this. Have you ever wanted to meet a handsome, religious, polite, and knowledgeable person? Would you want that person to be absolutely perfect and would have no traits of corruption or greed? If so, too bad you're watching the wrong project. Instead, you get the exact opposite of all those characteristics and everyone's favorite character, the Summoner. You might be thinking to yourself, why should I care about him? He's some unimportant character in some old British lit book that our teacher is forcing us to read. Well, the reason why you should care is because the Summoner is a perfect representation of the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages. On the lesser known facts about the medieval history, the Catholic Church has such a dirty track record that it makes Miley Cyrus look like Mother Teresa. The church has been surrounded with corruption, and those very ideas of corruption are shown through Chaucer's prologue. The summoner's personality, appearance, and actions all reveal that the character is a representation of the corruption within the Catholic Church. To start with, the summoner is not the most handsome of men. In fact, he's downright ugly. Throughout the lines from 242 to 251, Chaucer's descriptive writing shows us that the summoner was horrifying to look at, from his narrow eyes to his carbuncle, which is basically infected boils. Everything about his appearance is described to give him a negative atmosphere. The reason why he's described to be this putrid looking thing is because many signs of corruption or evil is typically characterized as misshapen or terrifying to look at. Like literally, he is so ugly, children were afraid when he appeared. Thus, his appearance foreshadows his corruptive ways and indirectly compares him to evil. Along with his putrid appearance, his behavior is nothing good either. To give you a comparison of his persona, he acted much like an unintelligent drunk that tries to look smart by throwing random words of a different language into the mix of his drunken gibberish. Wait, scratch that. He was exactly that. From lines 653 to 666, coincidence? I think not. The summoner loves to drink till he's completely drunk, was annoyingly loud, and even threw a couple Latin words into the mix to make him look intelligent. If it hadn't already raised a red flag by now, then here comes the real kicker. He was accepting bribes from people accused by the church in committing sins. To get a good grasp of the irony here, let me explain to you what a actual summoner should do. Back in the day, summoners were tasked in calling forth people who performed heinous crimes against the church. This was an important duty because they were to take them to their church so they can decide on their punishment, which was considered a holy job. This summoner, however, was doing the exact opposite and was accepting bribes from people so that they don't have to get punished. The irony is that a man who is tasked in punishing those who committed sins is in fact sinning for his own self-interest. Much like reality, though, this was actually far more common back in the day, which could explain why Chaucer wrote about the summoner. Overall, the summoner is nothing more than a crook who took advantage of his position. His appearance, demeanor, and actions all showed signs of corruption, and it is because of these reasons that Chaucer included him into his story.